Anybody here?
I have no idea.
All right, we're going to call the meeting of December 9th, 2021 to order. Vin, can we have the roll call, please?
Deputy Mayor Napolitani.
Here.
Council members Achara.
Here.
Donlin.
Here.
Fisher.
Here.
And Mayor Siciliano.
Here, everybody please rise for a pledge of allegiance and then please remain standing for a moment of silent prayer thereafter. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, thank you. The notice requirement for the Open Public Meeting Act has been satisfied. A copy of the annual notice was sent to the Asbury Park Press, coaster posted in Town Hall, and filed in the office of the municipal clerk on December 30, 2020. There are two fire exits, one to my left, which will take you out to the parking lot there, meander down the hall, and one to my right, which will take you out to the front parking lot. If you have a cell phone, we need you to turn it off, please. If you need to make a call, kindly go out into the hallway. You can make your call there. Just remember, we pick up all the ambient noise, and meetings are recorded, and it really interferes with us. So before we get started, we always like to make some council announcements. I'm going to just start off by saying I got to get this one out first because it was incredible. We had our Christmas tree lighting the other night, and it was a fantastic event. 500 kids and families, and just really a good time. And that event was put on by our events coordinator, Jen Nordstrom, and it was at the Historical Museum. We had choo-choo train rides, hot chocolate, and ornaments to decorate, and the fires, and it was just really awesome. We did have a pony ride, too. And the pony ride, the pony ride guy brings a big horse with him and a pony. The horse was huge. I was like, I've never seen a horse so big. It was really big, but kids loved it. So they're getting on the horse, they're riding around. It gets dark, and I don't know what happened. One thing leads to another. I think the horse was getting a little scared, so a parent comes over to me and says, "Hey, Mayor, we're waited in line in 45 minutes. We were next for the ride, and now the horse, they're taking him away." Well, let me go see what's going on. So I go over there, and as I'm turned, I saw the handler, the horse slip out of his hand, and he starts trotting away towards Deal Road. I said, "Hey, you got to go get that horse, man. He's going towards Deal Road. This is a busy area here." The guy starts running after, the horse starts running faster. Horse gets on Deal Road, heads west, up Deal Road, full gallop. Now the thing's taking off, and he's going towards the highway. I'm like, this isn't good. We got to do something. Police, everybody, the handler, everybody's in pursuit, chasing this horse. I'm hearing on the radio from guys staying back. He's going towards 18, and there's a sign, no horses on 18. He's not going on there. Somehow, they corralled him on Poplar Road, and I got to give credit. This whole thing is about giving credit to Officer James Woodley. We have an officer that evidently used to be you're not making this up, folks, a rodeo clown. Guy was a rodeo clown. The right man for the job because he lassoed the horse and apprehended him, and all was right with the world. Put him back in the truck, and things were great. So thank you, officer, for doing that. Tragedy narrowly averted. It was just a story came to a good end, and we're going to have the event again next year. It was wonderful. So, yeah, I don't know about. I think we're going to go with ponies, Ken. Ponies is what we're going to go with next year. All right, anybody want to top that? John, you have anything?
I can't top that, Mayor. I have to say, I wish the pony rides were across Highway 35. It would have been great, but I do want to wish everybody who celebrated Hanukkah, Happy Hanukkah, and wish everybody else that's celebrating Christmas, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. Thanks for being here and seeing us. Thank you.
Great, thank you. Marge?
Yeah, it was a great holiday party, and again, I just want to say thank you to everyone who helped put that on. It was a big event, so a lot of work went into it. And happy holidays to everyone. Merry Christmas, happy Hanukkah. I hope everyone has a good holiday season, and Happy New Year.
Great, thank you. Dave?
Yes, just want to let everybody know that the planning board is having the last public meeting, your last chance to comment on the re-examination of the master plan. That will be this Monday. It's a special meeting, the 13th. Jim Higgins, the township engineer, will be presenting. It starts at 7:30 p.m. and that is a Zoom meeting. So if that's what you want to do, get on Zoom. It's a good one. It's going to be the last one. I do want to thank Jen Nordstrom and Mike Patrico for putting on an excellent menorah lighting. Christmas celebration was absolutely fantastic. But I do want to give a big shout out to Kenny Pickett, Ocean Township's very own quarterback, is now a finalist for the Heisman Trophy. Probably the first time ever in Ocean Township we've ever had anything this exciting. So congratulations to Kenny Pickett, the entire Pickett family, and the entire Irving family. I think it's really exciting, and we're rooting for you, Kenny. Make us proud.
We're rooting for you, Ken. Go, Kenny.
Yes, and I do want to wish everybody a happy holiday, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, and have a nice, safe, and healthy holiday for everybody.
Beautiful. Thanks, Dave. Rob?
3 quick things. Chamber of Commerce had their chance auction and comedy night a couple of weeks ago. Tremendous turnout, nearly 200 people, great crowd, great comedians. Everybody had a great night. And it allowed us to, this past year, we only gave out 3 scholarships. Due to the success of the event, we'll be able to give out 5 scholarships next year. So thank you for all that attended and contributed, and for those that won, and unfortunately for those that may have lost. This morning we had a quick holiday party, the Chamber did. Great turnout, great event for the members of the Chamber Board. If anybody's interested in getting associated with the Chamber, becoming a member, please feel free to reach out to them. And I did have one other thing. Great job, Jed and Mike, on the events, and obviously happy holidays to everybody as well. Thank you.
Dave?
Yeah, man, just wishing a happy holidays to everybody. That's all I have for tonight. Thank you.
Marty?
Yeah, everybody's had very positive news. I just want to say something negative, unfortunately. A great volunteer in Ocean Township, member of the Planning Board and Zoning Board for 40-plus years, and a good friend of mine. Warren Good passed away a couple of weeks ago, and frankly, I think he's like the epitome of what volunteerism is and why Ocean Township is a great town to be in, and it's a big loss. We've lost Bill Larkin and Warren Good, 2 really important people here in Ocean Township, and tough loss. But happy Hanukkah and Happy New Year.
Thank you.
And
Okay.
Merry Christmas.
Yep. Thank you. Yes, we're going to miss Warren as well. And he was 44 years, by the way, of service. So fantastic. Okay, go back into my statements over here. So the purpose of the public meeting is to solely ask questions, understand resolutions that appear on the agenda, not an occasion for a public hearing. On an ordinance, all questions not related to an agenda item will be asked at the end of the meeting, at the conclusion. So we'll have ordinance items that you can question if they're up for adoption. But at the conclusion of the meeting, anything germane to Ocean Township, you're welcome to stand up and ask or say whatever, and we'll listen to you. But right now, if anybody has anything on the resolutions only that appear on the agenda, now would be the time to come up to the microphone and state your name and address for the record. Huh? Just on the resolutions. No? Okay, seeing or hearing no one, well, then someone please offer the minutes of November 10th, 2021.
I'll offer.
Second?
I'll second.
Deputy Mayor Napolitani.
Yes.
Council members Achara.
Yes.
Donlin.
Yes.
Fisher.
Yes.
And Mayor Siciliano.
Yes, we also have resolutions 21-220 through 21-224. Someone please offer.
I'll offer.
Second?
I'll second.
Deputy Mayor Napolitani.
Yes.
Council members Achara.
Yes.
Donlin.
Yes.
Fisher.
Yes.
And Mayor Siciliano.
Yes, and for individual action, we have vouchers in the amount of $12,623,643.95. Someone please offer.
I'll offer.
Second?
I'll second.
Deputy Mayor Napolitani.
Yes.
Council members Achara.
Yes.
Donlin.
Yes.
Fisher.
Yes.
And Mayor Siciliano.
Yes. 21-19, approve a Chapter 159 budget amendment for the Mid-Jersey Municipal Joint Insurance Fund Safety Awareness Fund. Someone please offer.
I'll offer.
Second?
I'll second.
Deputy Mayor Napolitani.
Yes.
Council members Achara.
Yes.
Donlin.
Yes.
Fisher.
Yes.
And Mayor Siciliano.
Yes. 21-25, authorize a refund of special assessment paid by owner of Block 138, Lot 146. That was incorrectly billed. Someone please offer.
I'll offer.
Second?
I'll second.
Deputy Mayor Napolitani.
Yes.
Council members Achara.
Yes.
Donlin.
Yes.
Fisher.
Yes.
And Mayor Siciliano.
Yes, 21-26, authorize a tax collector to issue refunds to the following taxpayers who have overpaid for the third quarter of the 2021 property tax. Block 34, Lot 29, Block 51, Lot 11, Block 140.09, Lot 1, and Block 37.03, Lot 8. Someone please offer.
I'll offer.
Second?
I'll second.
Deputy Mayor Napolitani.
Yes.
Council members Achara.
Yes.
Donlin.
Yes.
Fisher.
Yes.
And Mayor Siciliano.
Yes, 21-22-27, authorize the tax collector to issue refund to Jersey Central Power and Light due to an incorrect payment submitted to the Township of Ocean in Monmouth County instead of Ocean County. Went to the wrong county, that happens. Someone offer?
I'll offer.
Second?
I'll second.
Deputy Mayor Napolitani.
Yes.
Council members Achara.
Yes.
Donlin.
Yes.
Fisher.
Yes.
And Mayor Siciliano.
Yes, 21-28, authorize the extension of an installment payment plan for those taxpayers who've missed the payment deadline for the first installment of their special assessment, which was due on June 1st, 2021. Someone please offer?
I'll offer.
Second?
I'll second.
Deputy Mayor Napolitani.
Yes.
Council members Achara.
Yes.
Donlin.
Yes.
Fisher.
Yes.
And Mayor Siciliano.
Yes, 21-29, authorize the execution and delivery of installment number 11 of the 1966 service contract with the Township of Ocean Sewage Authority. Someone please offer?
I'll offer.
Second?
I'll second.
Deputy Mayor Napolitani.
Yes.
Council members Achara.
Yes.
Donlin.
Yes.
Fisher.
Yes.
And Mayor Siciliano.
Yes. And 21-230, approve the private sale of a portion of the following parcels of township-owned land known as Block 138, Lot 5, which is on Madison Avenue, to Stephen and Paige Bennett for a fee of $23,100. Someone please offer?
I'll offer.
Second?
I'll second.
Deputy Mayor Napolitani.
Yes.
Council members Achara.
Yes.
Donlin.
Yes.
Fisher.
Yes.
And Mayor Siciliano.
Yes. 21-231, authorize the purchase of a John Deere hook lift mounted self-contained vacuum debris collector from Timmerman Equipment Company at a cost not to exceed $154,210. Someone please offer?
I'll offer.
Second?
I'll second.
Deputy Mayor Napolitani.
Yes.
Council members Achara.
Yes.
Donlin.
Yes.
Fisher.
Yes.
And Mayor Siciliano.
Yes. 21-232, authorize the tax collector to issue refunds and credits to those taxpayers who have received favorable state tax appeal judgments. Someone please offer?
I'll offer.
Second?
I'll second.
Deputy Mayor Napolitani.
Yes.
Council members Achara.
Yes.
Donlin.
Yes.
Fisher.
Yes.
And Mayor Siciliano.
Yes, and 21-233, authorize the transfer of funds in accordance with NJSA 40A:4-58 and NJSA 40A:4-45.4A. Someone please offer?
I'll offer.
Second?
I'll second.
Deputy Mayor Napolitani.
Yes.
Council members Achara.
Yes.
Donlin.
Yes.
Fisher.
Yes.
And Mayor Siciliano.
Yes, these are two introductions.
No.
Oh, it's
one
an adoption, I'm sorry, I didn't see that. Tonight for adoption, we have ordinance 2373. Vin, would you read the title?
Sure. An ordinance amending and supplementing Chapter 21 of the Comprehensive Land Development of the Township of Ocean, incorporating the Green Development Checklist.
Great, that's good stuff here. Someone please open the public hearing on ordinance, what was it, 2373?
I'd like to open the public hearing on ordinance 2373.
Second?
I'll second.
Deputy Mayor Napolitani.
Yes.
Council members Achara.
Yes.
Donlin.
Yes.
Fisher.
Yes.
And Mayor Siciliano.
Yes, anybody wishing to be heard in ordinance 2373, please come up to the microphone, state your name and address for the record. Okay, seeing and hearing no one, someone please close the public hearing on 2373.
I'd like to close the public hearing on ordinance 2373.
Second?
Second.
Deputy Mayor Napolitani.
Yes.
Council members Achara.
Yes.
Donlin.
Yes.
Fisher.
Yes.
And Mayor Siciliano.
Yes. Action please on 2373.
I'd like to adopt ordinance 2373 and publish according to law.
Second?
I'll second.
Deputy Mayor Napolitani.
Yes.
Council members Achara.
Yes.
Donlin.
Yes.
Fisher.
Yes.
And Mayor Siciliano.
Yes, okay, that's been moved. That's our green initiative here, and the ordinance now encouraging all applicants of commercial properties to come in and have a green checklist where they're encouraged to go with solar or green bank areas and things of the nature, so one step forward. For introduction tonight, we have ordinance 2374. Ben, would you read the title, please?
An ordinance amending Chapter 14 and Chapter 16 of the Revised General Ordinance of the Township of Ocean entitled Swimming Pools and Parks and Playgrounds.
All right, someone please introduce ordinance 2374.
I'd like to introduce ordinance 2374.
Second?
I'll second.
Deputy Mayor Napolitani.
Yes.
Council members Achara.
Yes.
Donlin.
Yes.
Fisher.
Yes.
And Mayor Siciliano.
Yes, and that'll have its public hearing at the 12:30 meeting. So at this time, Vinny, you gotta wait a second, we gotta check the microphone, make sure it works. No, that's not what he's doing. I thought he would. We're hoping it works.
You have any Steeler fans out there? Big game tonight.
No, these people live in New Jersey, they're not Steelers. Like some people who live at the front row.
We have one more ordinance we're gonna introduce tonight. It's ordinance 2375. This is, save Vin from reading the title, it's to do a parking restriction on Pine Street in Oakhurst. So, someone please introduce ordinance 2375.
I'd like to introduce ordinance 2375.
Second?
I'll second.
Deputy Mayor Napolitani.
Yes.
Council members Achara.
Yes.
Donlin.
Yes.
Fisher.
Yes.
And Mayor Siciliano.
Yes, and that ordinance too will have its public hearing at the 12:30 meeting. Okay. Now, at this time, we're going to open up to the public. Anybody out there has anything germane to Ocean Township, come up to the microphone, state your name and address for the record. Yes, you can drop your mask to come up to the microphone.
My name is Virginia Pulverenti. I live at 210 Lakeview Avenue in Colonial Terrace, Ocean, New Jersey. I'm a member of the board of the Colonial Terrace Protective Association, and I'm speaking to you on behalf of the board and the residents of our neighborhood. Back in May, I addressed you and the council about the significant adverse impact the circle development will have on Colonial Terrace and our town. At that time, we asked you to take a leadership role and help shape the development of the circle project and minimize the impact to Colonial Terrace, our town, and our infrastructure. Our neighbors have participated in the Neptune Planning Board meetings throughout the year and learned about the dangerous plan for handling traffic around the circle, Asbury Avenue, and Route 35. We are stunned that the circle development was approved without requiring changes to the traffic plan. After that disastrous approval, we sent you a letter begging you to show the leadership that Neptune failed to show. You responded to our letter on November 10th, indicating that it would be discussed by you, the town manager, the council, that night at the workshop meeting. We need the town to pursue and advocate to the state and county and devise an acceptable traffic plan for the roads surrounding the site. This is a very bad situation. There are right and lefts, two sets of driveways with full access right and left in and out of the site onto Asbury. There's a driveway that has full right and left, also on Route 35. Just now, when I drive on the circle, I have to worry about the people who don't yield coming at 35 North, and I then have to pray that when I make a left into my development off of Asbury Avenue onto Colonial Avenue, that I'm not going to get rear-ended. I can't even imagine what it's going to be like when we have those two driveways in the site and people are making rights and left all over the place. And they're talking about this, their solution is a suicide lane. It doesn't really sound acceptable. We'd like to know we sent you the letter, you said you were going to discuss it. We'd like to know what the town has resolved to do about this situation on our behalf.
Okay. So, as you know, early on, we had hired a traffic engineer.
Yes.
And so we'll spend up to $15,000, whatever it took. So you would have some of these issues hopefully resolved before it even got there. I guess that didn't work out so well because it seems like they're still putting their ingress egress where they wanted them. And you're 100% right about that circle. It's dangerous without anything there because I drive it every day, and I'm sure you guys do too. So going forward, I mean, what else? I mean, Marty, what's our next recourse that we can do possibly? I mean, we missed a deadline for an appeal. We couldn't have done that.
Yeah, I mean, when was the approval, the resolution of approval?
It was back in
October 27th.
End of October.
27th.
I mean, the town's Neptune, their own traffic expert told the board that they could pursue the state and the county, and he actually thought that their suggestions for changes on the plan, on the traffic plan, would be taken under consideration, and the state and the county would make changes. But those people did not have the courage to do anything.
The state and county representatives, are you saying?
Yeah, the planning board.
Oh,
the Neptune-
planning board,
They
gotcha.
could, they could present their, and the board, the Neptune board raised concerns. At least 3 of them all acknowledged that as it is today, it's a very dangerous situation. So they abdicated their responsibility to the community. We need somebody to advocate with the state and the county. Isn't that what government is about? I mean, we say a community of gracious living. It's not going to be a community of gracious living with this disaster that's going to be put in place.
So we also, I think, availed to you our traffic division as well, right, to meet with you? Has anybody met with your committee from that division to discuss what we could do?
Well,
If we can't do anything on the circle, what can we do internally to protect
yes,
you guys
we
better?
we have a subcommittee,
Right.
a traffic subcommittee on the board who has met with, I believe, the manager, the town manager, and
Somebody from
the town's traffic expert, to talk about, addressing within our neighborhood. But as I understand it, that it involves the county and the state, because our community touches both county and state roads. And the feedback, and correct, I have some of my neighbors with me, was that was a long-term process.
Getting the county is going to be easier than the state on board with anything. Just know, even getting Highway 35 paved took like 6 years of going there.
Mr. Mayor, I mean, can't you at least reach out to Tom Arnone and
Sure.
have a discussion?
Absolutely.
And-
I can have his county engineer in here next week. We can have a discussion with him. But to implement any change, even like, I'm just saying.
Well, I'm specifically talking about the circle
Yeah.
and these, these driveways and full access both ways, and it's a tiny, Asbury Avenue is a tiny road.
Yeah.
It's over congested as it is.
Can I ask a question?
Please.
The resolution of approval that was issued by Neptune back on
Yes.
October 27th, is that still subject to DOT approval, or?
My understanding, and this is the applicant talking, okay? My understanding was that it was approved, because whenever the Neptune board, sort of asked questions about this, their lawyer said, well, that's not your purview.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know that we got, full understanding of that. Maybe one of my, Kathy, would you like to speak?
Just remember, just state your name and address for the record because we're recorded.
Sure, it's Kathleen Lynch, 217 Lakeview Avenue. I did want to say that I was on the Neptune Planning Board meeting last night, and they have not memorialized that resolution yet. They've carried that case till January 26th.
So there is no resolution?
Right.
So the vote was on October 27th, and they haven't memorialized in the resolution?
Correct. Yeah.
Okay. That was
Good, that's a good sign.
Yeah, but
No,
the
there's an
voting to
appeal
approve, just to
process.
understand something, they vote to approve. Oftentimes, the vote to approve has a list of conditions. Typically, one of those conditions on any approval is the approval of outside agencies. Sometimes those approvals are obtained before, sometimes they're obtained afterwards. And again, traffic issues like the ones you're talking about affecting state highways, et cetera, usually then are determined by the Department of Transportation, by the DOT. And they usually are very concerned. So it would be important to know whether or not that was a condition of approval, and the citizens have a right also to contact the DOT and say, here are, and I guess you've done that, but
Well, honestly, I've looked on their site, and the DOT site is pretty confusing. It's hard to find who's the right person, to be honest. Now, when we sent our letter to you, we had some people from DOT on there, but, I
You know
don't.
who else you had? And I heard from both these guys, and I'll call them again because they did mention this letter. Vin Gopal, Senator
Yes,
Gopal,
yes.
and Tommy Arnone. So I can reach out to them again, but Dave also is going to reach out to Joe Attore. That's the county engineer, just to make sure he has your letter in hand, as Marty said, when they're considering the request for these changes and approvals, they can at least, look at that and incorporate some of those things perhaps, or maybe not even give them the changes they want. That, like you said, it's subject to whatever approvals they have to obtain. So you still have a chance now with DOT and the county to maybe get some of these changes affected. So, we support you 100%. And we're going to do, I know it moves slowly for you, but we'll do what we can to try to make it as safe and as good as possible.
So you will reach out to both the state and the county as it relates to this terrible traffic plan around the circle and advocate that
Yep.
it's not acceptable.
Of course.
Do you know who the attorney was for the applicant?
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
we do.
Provide that to Mr. Brown here.
Mr. Brown's our
Whether-
go-to guy to do the reaching. I'm going to talk to Tom and Vin, but ultimately, Mr. Brown's going to get in touch with Joe Attore, county engineer, as well.
And we should
Who's that?
And just let me ask you another question.
yeah.
Was there any attorney representing any objectors? Were there any objectors represented by counsel?
No.
Okay. And did your objections, were they raised at the hearing?
Yes, yes.
You testified at the hearing and
Yes,
raised
I
your
did.
objection?
Yes, I did, and many of my neighbors did. In fact, every time there was a NEP2 planning board meeting, the gal who, led the meeting initially would say, oh, and we have, a very large audience of neighbors from, the surrounding communities.
Is that the
Yes.
M&M project? Is it
Yes, it
considered
is.
M&M? I'm on the website. That's what I'm trying to. Thank you.
So, how should I reach out with Mr. Brown?
Yeah, I know Laura has all my information,
Okay.
but you can go on the website too. You
Okay.
can find my email address, call my office,
Okay,
and tomorrow, Monday, whenever you want.
you betcha.
Oh, good.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Anybody else? Come on up.
Mayor, Council, Brian Mullins, 107 Bimbler Boulevard, Clarence Terrace. Sometime last spring during one of the COVID meetings online, I had spoken to you about the trucks coming down Bimbler, taking down the wires. I had met with the former town administrator, Greg Blash, the engineer, and the traffic officer about what we can do. Nothing happened. I was kind of met, same as I said over the at that meeting, a little bit of resistance. We can't do this, we can't do that, too much traffic, too much this. And they said, what would you like to see done in the best case scenario? And I said, why not make the streets along Asbury Avenue do not enters, make Lincoln down at Wickapeco a do not enter, and then make all the intersections four-way stops. But I never heard back from anybody. And just to remind you of what happened, there was a truck that came down. It was the 6th time in 3 years that the wires were taken out in front of my house. And this time, my neighbor's 8-year-old child was playing in the side yard when the wires fell around her. So an update of that is shortly after those wires were fixed and shortly after Greg and the staff came out, another truck came down and took the wires out again and took out the street light in front of the house. Across the street from the house.
How to get the street light from
The wires whipped around,
entangled
hit
it?
the street light,
Holy
and that
smoke.
truck kept going. So
Oh.
no one was held accountable for it. So I think in looking at what's going on in the circle and looking at what's already been approved from what the attorney said at those meetings is that the state has approved the left turn lane with up to 5 cars making a left heading south on 35 into where the Coca-Cola entrance is right now. And the county has already approved a center turning lane from Bimbler to the entrance to that new facility where those entrances are. That's two-way traffic of trying to make lefts. If Colonial and Bimbler are made into do not enters, that at least removes the eastbound traffic on that lane trying to make lefts into the terrace. It only allows single flow of traffic heading west. It will also decrease a lot of the cut-through traffic that we see all year long now. The trucks that come through, the GPSs that are leading people down when Asbury Avenue is backed up from whatever reason.
Gives them the shortcut.
They shortcut through. It'll get
Now, is
rid
that
of those problems.
Asbury Avenue, I guess, is the county portion of it,
Yes.
right? Because 35 is the highway. So when you meet with Joe,
And like they were saying, at those Neptune meetings, the attorney for the applicant said this is already a done deal in a sense. The state
So
and
they already
county
got
have
their
approved it.
pre-approvals,
It was
gotcha.
approved and it was in the drawings of what they were doing. They asked about how many cars could fit in the left turn lane, which is basically in front of the bowling alley.
Yeah.
Where their traffic engineer said it wouldn't cause any problems, but if there's a truck delivering into that takes away 3 of the 5 cars. So it'll be backing up. But that, again, it's the highway, that's the state. I'm more concerned about what goes on in my neighborhood and the traffic that comes in. And I had opportunities to ask their traffic engineer, because one of each, there's the Asbury Ave 2 exits, Route 35 2 exits. One of each of those are no left turns. And I asked him what percentage of people are going to disregard that sign. And then of those people, what percentage of those people will be in an accident? And he said, well, we don't calculate for that because we assume that they will obey the traffic laws. But the point is, there are going to be people that will be making a right that want to head east or head west, and they're going to come into our neighborhood to turn around. There are many, many small children in the neighborhood riding their bikes along the sidewalks and in the roads, and something bad is going to happen. And the wires are still hanging low. I don't know who approved what was done on the last time they fixed it. It's kind of tangled up in my tree.
so are
that
they
keeps it off the ground.
JCP&L or they drop lines for cable?
I have no idea. Anytime
Well,
I've talked
the
to them, they've
skinny
said
skinny
it's
wire?
a thick line.
A thick one?
It's a thick line.
Okay.
But it's kind of like a joke. It's when is the next time someone going to rip it out? And I think, like they've asked, going to the county commissioners, going to our representatives, and pushing the county to do this, and it will be a safety issue for that'll be a suicide lane if it's 2 lanes traffic. And I guarantee you, on a rainy day, when everyone's fleeing Asbury Park, people are going to be filling that left turn lane to get in the circle.
All right, Bri.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Bri. We'll revisit that again now with new manager Dave. We'll see if we can ameliorate some of those concerns. Anybody else have anything? Now would be the time to state your name and address for the record. No, seeing and hearing no one. Want to thank you guys for your comments. Colonial Terrace, we're going to work on it more for you, we promise. All of us are behind you. Not just me, not just Dave. We're going to earn it. How about that? And I know we're going to earn it this time. All right. Thank you guys for coming. Someone make a motion to adjourn?
Motion.
Second?
I'll second.
Deputy Mayor Napolitani.
Yes.
Council members Achara.
Yes.
Donlin.
Yes.
Fisher.
Yes.
And Mayor Siciliano.
Yes, meeting adjourned. Thank you, everybody. Have a great holiday if we don't see you by the 30th.